This is the rest of the story of Bears of the North, or a keiju, called mielikki. A keiju is a little pixie-looking creature with wings from Finnish folklore and legend. So, without further ado, here is more of Bears of the North. In the morning, Kahu woke up. "Hey, little mielikki, how are you? How was your sleep? How well did you sleep? Well in my fur?" "Yes, very comfortable, thank you. You are very snuggly bear, if I may be so bold to say so." Tycho and Kauko were up and about making hotcakes with honey. "Breakfast is ready," cried Kauko. They all sat down for a great hot homemade feast. Torben cried, "This meal is superb, but I personally make far better." "Well, that's your opinion, brother of mine." After breakfast was done with, Kauko, Taika, and Torben went off to see Karina, the rune singer, in Kivesjärvi village. Mielikki and Karhu set out to Mielikki's people's kingdom. "Now you be careful, you two," chided Taika. "Here, Karhu, take this pack, plenty of supplies for your journey." "Any more honey cakes, Mum?" asked Kahu. "Yes, I have plenty, and some dried trout and a flask of mead." So Kahu and Mielikki set out. Kahu with a big pack full of supplies on his back. Now the access way to our keiju realm lies behind the primal waterfall of Pavola. It lies not too far away to the west of here. Just as they were about to approach the waterfall, they heard the sound of a little woodland creature. "Help me! Help me!" he cried. It was a little fox, trapped in a hunter's trap. Stuck in a hunter's trap. Mielikki immediately flew down to help. "Oh, you poor dear little thing. Here, let me help you out." The fox was hurting badly. "Thank you, little one. I am badly hurt." "Don't worry, stay still. I'll get you out of there." Mielikki changed shape to a great grizzly and ripped the trap right off. "I've got you out now. I've got you now," yelled the fox, whose eyes gleamed with bright red light. "Now I will devour you." Just then Kahu charged right in and ploughed into the fox. "Oh, no, you don't, you villain! That's my friend you wish to eat." The fox went flying right into a large pine tree. The fox got up, shook some snow from his fur. "You fools! Hissy will make you pay for that." And with that the fox disappeared in a thick, cloudy grey smoke. That was most passing strange," pondered Mielikki. "I don't think that was a true fox." "Yes," said Kahu. "There is a great evil at work here, and I think our little friend is in league with this Hisi. My Uncle Torben told me one night about this Hisi. Yes, he mentioned him last night as well." "Yes, all the more reason to get to my mother as soon as possible," Mielikki said. So Mielikki flew up the waterfall of Pavola and spoke the magic incantation. "Water, moon of earth, part for us the way to the realm of the magic fae." As she spoke these words, the water parted as a curtain, and a magic portal appeared behind, glowing a bright, iridescent light blue with shimmering gold sparkles. The two of them dove straight into the portal and appeared into the otherworld realm of the keiju. Before Kahu's eyes, there was a magical sparkling and shimmering of gems of all colors. Keiju flew in all directions. Large marble pillars flanked the majestic halls, and each pillar shimmered with a bright pastel colors. Up flew all shimmering red keiju with red hair and red eyes. Up flew a shimmering red keiju with red hair and red eyes. "Sister, where have you been?" yelled the fuming red keiju. "Aniki, my sister. How's mother and father?" "Oh, don't give me that. Mother has been very sick, and you are in so much trouble for leaving without permission. You never even let mother know where you are going." Oh, please, said Mielikki. Do I really have to report myself every time I leave our realm? Yes, you do, said Anarchy. And who is this? Some friend of yours? Yes, this is my friend Kahu. He's a young bear, but also a boy. His father is one of the last great rune singers. Anyway, Anarchy, this is not important. We have a very dangerous situation in front of us. Dangerous or not? Is dangerous. You're not dangerous. You'll be when our mother sees you. Oh, just take us to her already. So the two of them were brought into Queen Aino's throne room. And there sat Queen Aino, Mielikki's mother. On the right was King Oxley, her father. Where have you been, daughter? We were scared sick about you, chided the queen. Oh, mother, I'm very sorry. But, Mielikki began. Wait, who is this? Yeah, said the king. A bear? You went away and came back with bears? Yes, father, this is my friend Kahu. He is a bear, but also a young boy. His father is one of the last great bear shamans of Corellia. And if you will just hear us out. Kahu, Uncle Torben, Kahu's Uncle Torben says there is a great evil abiding in the forest. An evil named Hisi, and he is poisoning the rivers and some of the wildlife. Just now a fox tricked me and tried to attack me when I freed it. Yes, my daughter, said the king. We have known about this threat for a while. It's too dangerous for even one such as you. That is why we were so frightened by your leaving our realm without our permission. Now, young lady, you won't be going anywhere. You are grounded. Guards, take this young princess to her room, into her keiju tower, and take this bear out of our realm, commanded the queen. But, mother, no, I'm sorry. You have to listen to us. Kahu, tell them. Kahu was at a loss for words, but then he summoned up as much courage as he could and spoke. Your Majesties, please, my father is a very wise man. He sent us here to get help from this growing threat. This hissy threatens our livelihood, just as much as it does yours, pleaded Kahu. Don't worry, young man, said the king. We are sending you to meet a friend of ours. He will know of a way to defeat this hissy. As for our daughter, she is being punished. So the guards took Mielikki to her room in her keiju tower, and Kahu was instructed in private with the king and the queen. Now, your majesties, I think you're making a mistake. Mielikki is a good friend of mine. She has a strong will and spirit, and very smart. She can be of help to me, Kahu pleaded. No, boy, said Axley. She is mischievous, and she needs to learn. Now enough of our impetuous daughter. I'm sending you with a keiju escort to the far north country, away from here to meet a very special someone. The keiju entourage will make introductions. So keiju was led to the far north, always out of the keiju realm, to a large oak tree, with a red door on the front and windows on the sides. Knock, boy, commanded one of the keiju guards. Kahu hesitantly knocked 3 times. Well, that would be 6. No, actually, that'd be 9. Then he heard a small voice from within. Coming, coming! As the door opened, out stepped a small, dwarfish stature of a man. It was a Meninkainen, one of the woodland gnomes of the woodland. It's kind of redundant. The keiju herald spoke. Let me introduce you to Murgregor of the Meninkainen men of the Greenwood. His Majesty King Oxley has sent you to him, for he is a very wise and crafty and... All right, shut up, said Murgregor grumpily. I don't need any more keiju suckering up to me nonsense. Yes, it is true. I know why you are here, boy. I have known about the threat of the Hisi for some time. Every so hundred of years, Hisi makes a comeback and threatens the world of form and of the woodland and of man. Well, the first thing we have to do, said Woodgregor, as he leant in closely, ever so closely to Karu, and whispered into his ear. The first thing we have to do, boy, is break Mielikki out of prison. We've got to get her out. She can help us. But, Mudigregor. No, be quiet, boy, be quiet. So Mudigregor and Kahu journeyed back to the keiju realm with the escort, and in secret, they went to break Mielikki out from her room. Mudigregor took out a special powder. Here, boy, spread this on you, Mudigregor whispered. What's that? Asked Kahu. It's an invisibility powder, of course, exclaimed Mudigregor. So the two of them came to Mielikki's little tiny door. Quietly, Mudigregor's little gnome hand pushed the key into Mielikki's door to her room. Princess, shh, be quiet. We're here to break you out, Mudigregor whispered. I don't care what your mother says. Either you've got to come with us and help this spreading evil in the forest. So by the wiles of Mudigregor, they managed to escape from the watch of Mielikki's mother, the queen, until they are out of the keiju realm and into the forest once again. And now we turn to Kahu's parents, his uncle, Torben. They'd gone off to see that rune singer, remember? What was her name? Karina, I believe her name was, in the small little Karelian village of Kivesvyarvi. Kauko went up to the rune singer's door, and he knocked. Coming, I'm coming, answered an elder woman's voice. As she answered the door, there stood a wise white-haired dwarven woman, with long white braids. Oh, Kauko, Taika, Torben, come in. What brings you to my home? Come in and have a seat. I'll make some herbal tea, and here, we'll have these cardamom rolls I've been baking. So they all sat down, had tea and rolls. So what brings you to my humble abode? Asked Karina. I think you know well enough, said Kauko. It is Hisi. He has awakened again, and we must do something against this growing threat. The forest is dying, and the fish is drying up, and we must find a way to defeat him. Yes, well, I don't know what there is much we last rune singers can do, said Karina. Where is your son, anyway? He's back home, said Taika. He has made friends with a keiju. She is named after the great goddess of the woodland, Mielikki, Tapio's maiden. Ah, a good omen, said Karina. She will be of good help against this growing threat. Here, let me see what we shall see, said Karina, as she took out some rune stones and bones and threw them on the ground. She uttered some strange words of lore, and then a green smoke appeared, and a vision portal was created on the ground before their eyes. There they saw their son, Kahu, with Mielikki, and with someone else. It looked to be a strange, gnomish man. It's one of the Meninkainen travelling through the forest. It seems as if your son in this keiju has made a very special friend. Let us see what they will do. So, as they watched Kahu and Mielikki with Mudigregor woke them up early in the morning, and after sleeping in the woodland, and he said, I'm taking you to see a very old friend of mine. Get up, all you two. We must leave right away. Here's a large and hairy, and he's integrated into the rocky landscape of his home. I must tell you, though, he is very lazy. Oh, great, said Kahu. A lazy companion. Just what we need. Don't worry, boy. He'll prove useful, mark my words. So Mudigregor led them to a great rocky ledge deep in the forest, and he called forth, Chive! Chive! Paiko! Paiko! He's a Paiko. That's what they're called, these hairy rock creatures. Come out, we're in need of your help. Just then a large, hairy giant of a man came out of the rock face as if he had been part of it. With one great yawn, he cried, "It disturbs me. Is that you, McGregor?" He poked with a loud yawn. "Yes, my old friend. Hasty has awoken in the forest again, and we are in need of your help. Will you help us?" "You silly, minute-minded man, I must lie back down." "No, my friend, you mustn't do that. There will be plenty of time for sleep and rest. But if Hissy is not stopped, even your stony rocky home will not last. Do you want that?" McGregor pleaded. Oh, very well. Oh, yawned Kiwi. "And who are these friends of yours?" This is Kahu, a bear boy of Kauko, one of the great rune singers. And this is a keiju maiden. They're helping me fight against Hisi." "Very well, I will help you," said Kiwi very sleepily. Good, said McGregor. The four of them travelled on as McGregor led them down an old country path. "Where are you leading us, McGregor, my friend?" Kahu asked. "To another friend a bit further north, you shall see," McGregor said with a grin. Just then Kahu noticed their hairy Peku friend was no longer with them. McGregor, I think we may have lost someone. Kiwi, your hairy friend, he seems to have lost us." "Oh, dang it all, Viola. Ah, well, he does that from time to time. He's quite a lazy bugger. After all, 1 minute he says he'll help, another moment he gets bored and tired and falls asleep, back into the stones around him. Well, we can't get worried about him any further. My other friend I'm leading you to will be sure to help, and I guarantee he won't fall asleep and lose us." In a few hours, the three of them approached a bridge over a flowing river. As they began to cross, they heard the singing, a very beautiful singing of a very delicate woman's voice coming from under the bridge. Oh, that singing, it's beautiful," cried McGregor. And the radiant maiden they heard sang a song of, "I sit beside the river bright, oh how I long for love. If only my true love would come, just like a gentle sweet white dove. Oh, where are you, my beloved? Oh, where are you, one so dear? Oh, where are you in my heart? Oh, come to me, and be so near." McGregor, upon hearing this, he couldn't contain himself any longer, and he rushed forth to embrace the maiden so radiantly fair. Oh yes, he cried. "I will be your lover. I will love you forever." And as he embraced the lady, she embraced him. But as soon as she did, her appearance was changed from one of that of beauty, instead to that of an old, ugly, hideous hag with scales all over her body. "Oh, my love, so you love me? You love your precious Naki?" She cackled. McGregor struggled within her embrace, trying to escape, but the more he struggled, the tighter her grip. Kahu had had enough. He charged into bear form and roared, "Let go of my friend, you fiend!" as he tore the Naki from McGregor. "No," she shrieked, "you won't take my true love from me." Mielikki transformed into a bear as well, and together the two of them were able to fully pry the Naki off of McGregor, getting him to safety. Well, what ensued next was a vicious battle between the two bears and the Naki, the bear slashing and clawing back and forth and back, and the Naki screeching and tearing at the bears. As the battle continued, all of a sudden they heard a tinkling sound of bells coming down from the north, away over the bridge, followed by a merry singing. Oh, sing hey and a ho and a nonny nonny no, sing. Sing a song so fair with the setting of the sun at the close of day. For I am merry and ever so gay, and my song sweet to the ear. Now come along with me, all sweet ones, so dear, for old man Yulupoiki will soon be near. Sing hey, sing ho, sing a nonny nonny no, sing hey diddly diddly hi-dee ho. Let's all go and sing in the lea and the fields, for that is where we shall ever be, contented and happily and free. And the sky it does lighten and cheer up our minds, for old man Yulupoiki is ever so kind. At the sound of the name of Father Christmas, the Noki screeched in terror, crying, "He will make you all day," and fled and dove deep beneath the river water. Mielikki and the Kahu now, they are very exhausted from the battle, transformed back into their normal forms, and went to greet whoever or whatever this voice was coming from. There, coming over the bridge, was a little short, fair, boyish face. A little man all dressed in red, with a red cap with a little gold bell at the end of the tassel. His face was all smooth, with like a fair little keiju boy, and rosy cheeks and all. Up rose Mudagregor, and went to meet him. "Hello, merry sir. It's good to see one of the Tontu in this great area." "How is your merry master?" Mudagregor asked. "Mudagregor, my old friend, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you?" exclaimed the Tontu. Mudagregor and the Tontu came up and embraced one another warmly as old friends. "We have been doing all right for ourselves, my old friend, but we have been having problems with the Arctic goblins. We have been doing all right for ourselves, my old friend, but we have been having problems with the Arctic goblins of late," said the Tontu. Are you going to introduce me to these two bear friends of yours?" asked the Tontu. Oh, yes, of course," said Mudagregor. "But they aren't really real bears. This is Kahu, a young boy. He's a son of Kauko, one of the great last rune singers of Karelia. And this is his keiju friend, Princess Mielikki." At that the Tontu's eyes perked up. "A keiju? I haven't seen one of those in ages. Are they still around?" asked the Tontu. Mielikki flew up and put her hands on her hips. "Just as much as you Tontu are. And may I ask just who you are, little Tontu, sir?" "Oh, yes, of course," said the Tontu. "I am called Osmo of the Tontu. We serve old man Yulupoiki. Come, all of you. Let me take you to his home. It's not far from here." So away they all went to see old man Yulupoiki, Osmo's master. As they approached old man Yulupoiki's abode, it was like a whole city inhabited by little Tontu people, much like Osmo himself. The gates of the city were two large poles with red and white stripes. As they approached, they were greeted by another Tontu. "Osmo! Osmo! You're late for the meeting. Old man Yulupoiki is most aggrieved with the Arctic goblins, who are taking more and more of a foothold in our lands, all the time. And who are these? Are these friends of yours?" Now, I know. Urno. Now, Urno. Relax," said Osmo. "These are just some old friends of mine. Well, Mudagregor is, and this is Kahu. He's a shape-shifting young boy. And his equally shape-shifting little keiju friend over here, Mielikki." "A keiju? We haven't seen one of them in ages." She will be great help in fighting these accursed goblins. And she's named after Tapio's maiden of the forest, too. Ah, good omen indeed, cried Erno. Come, come one and all. Pleased to meet all of you. Let us come and meet Old Man Yulupoiki. Right away, he is waiting. So Erno led them to Old Man Yulupoiki's great meeting hall. As they travelled through the city, they gazed upon the beauty of this Arctic city, with many bakeries and workshops and candy shops, stables full of reindeer everywhere. Flying reindeer! Mielikki exclaimed. I've heard of this, but I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes. I always thought we keiju were the only ones who could fly. Well, you'd be wrong, Erno said. Come, let's go into the great hall. He is waiting. As they entered into the great hall, there at the head of a great banquet table stood an old man with a long flowing beard as white as snow flowing down past his waist, cloaked all in long flowing blue robes with white blue fringe. On the table was a great feast of roast goose, plum dumplings, casks of strawberry cordial, venison pasties, and all manner of Christmas biscuits and pies, blueberry, apple, rhubarb, pumpkin, pecan, gooseberry, pie and more, and the delicious steaming loaves of cardamom bread, and cakes of all manners and forms, casks of good October ale, and hot chocolate with whipped cream and peppermint shavings on top. And within, a host of other Tontu was sitting at the tables, being served by other Tontu. Just then Old Man Yolopoiki spoke up.
Welcome to my humble abode, he cried, and a very happy Christmas. Unfortunately, it looks like it won't be a very happy Christmas after all. Oh, I say with a very heavy heart. But enough of that for now. May I have the pleasure of knowing your names?
Oh, yes, said Erno. Your Grace, these, well, Osmo, you know, but this is his Meninkainen friend Mudgregor, and this is Mielikki of the keiju realm, and a Kahu, who's a young, strange, shape-shifting bear sort of boy, whose father is supposedly one of the great rune singers.
Yes, the keiju. It is good to have one in my realm again, said Old Man Yulapoiki. And a Meninkainen, too. As for this boy, it's good to meet you, Karhu. I knew your father a long time ago. He helped me out of a few jams when Christmas is past. It's good his son is here at these most dire times.
Yes, said Mudgregor. We've heard of something of these Arctic goblins who've been attacking your realm of late, Your Grace. We ourselves have been been troubled by Hisi and his minions in the forests of Corellia, which have been dying and being polluted by Hisi's evil. That is why we were sent out on our own quest of late. Perhaps the two are related? Asked Mutagregor. Old Man Yulipoiki said very thoughtfully.
Yes, without doubt they are. We must be cautious for now. Let us eat and make merry. I will post Tontu guards tonight to watch.
So they feasted. They feasted galore on many types of foods and sang songs, and tales were told. Mielikki got up on Old Man Yulipoiki's grand mantelpiece and played her keiju flute for the party. And that night, while they all slept, the Arctic goblins crept into the great hall. Quietly now, men, said Tismoggs, the goblin chief. Our lord wants the scepter of Old Man Yulipoiki. It's got to be around here somewhere. Why does he need it again? Asked Diviox, the second in command. He needs it for our war against the humans, you dolt. Now hush! We've got to search. As the goblins searched, all slept pretty soundly. Kahu and Mudgregor snored quite loudly. That's Mudgregor. That's Kahu. He's obviously in bear form. Obviously, they both had far too much strawberry cordial and October ale. All except one was not asleep. Mielikki rolled over on her makeshift bed on the mantelpiece, and saw and heard all the goblin chief had said. "Those fiends! If they think they can invade ruin Christmas in the world for us, then they are greatly mistaken. I'll show them. I bet this master of theirs is he himself." So Mielikki decided to play a little magical keiju trick on them. She flew by stealth behind the goblins and hid behind a large vase, and she began to mimic the voices of the two main goblins. "Tismogs, I'm tired. Can't we look for these things some other time?" Tismogs heard this, thinking it was Stiviox.
I said quiet, you fool. We don't have much time, and we need to be quiet.
"What?" said Stiviox. "I didn't say anything."
Yes, you did. Now shush.
As the goblins continued creeping, Mielikki spoke again.
You stepped on my foot. Watch where you're going, came the voice of Tismog's voice.
"But, Chef," said Stiviox, I didn't step on your foot."
I know you didn't, you dumb, stupid goblin. I didn't even feel anything. Now shut up.
Now this had really done it, and the ruckus had aroused all the Tonto to arms, and more of them came out the back rooms and armed with pikes. To arms, my brothers, you don't know. Thanks be to Mielikki. I don't know what we'd do without you, we turn out as she flew by.
Now they're more prepared than I expected, screamed Tisnogs. Let's get the hell out of here.
So a vast little melee began between the Tonto and the goblins. Karhu and Mudgregor, too drowsy from last night's drinking, snored on. Mielikki flew past, rolling her eyes. "You too," she said, and so the goblins were pushed outwards into the snow by the Tonto and Mielikki. Mielikki smacking many a goblin upside the head with a mighty keiju jab. When all the goblins had retreated with their chief Tisnogs at the head, the Tonto and Mielikki reconnoitered into the great hall. In the morning, they woke Mudgregor and Karhu and had a meeting and a council with Old Man Yulipoiki. Old Man Yulipoiki pondered over this turn of events.
Oh, so you say, little Cleo, they were looking for my scepter?
"Yes," said Mielikki. "They said it would help their master. I can only guess that they meant to see that it would help them conquer the realm of humans and your realm," Mielikki explained.
Well, I think we need to strike back against these Arctic goblins once and for all. You, Mielikki, along with Erno and Osmo, and yes, you, Mudgregor and Karhu, will lead my army north to the goblins' cave. Hide out. I will suit you all up in arms, and you, young lady, I will give you a special magic bow, just your size, blessed by the goddess of the wood of your namesake. And to Karhu, I will give a medallion of protection of the goddess Ilmater of the air. And to Mudgregor, I will give a mini sampo in a rough imitation of the old one of old. Its resources are limited, however, and will give only small portions of grain, gold, and milk once a day only." "Thank you, your grace," said Mudgregor, as he graciously bowed before Old Man Yulipoiki. So the army set forth northward until they reached the edge of the North Sea. "Is the goblins' lair this far north?" asked Karhu. "Yes, I'm afraid so. Right on the edge of the cliffs of the North Sea," Ernu explained. "They guard it well. We will approach it cautiously, so that the army party went slowly. Took their time. They crept along the beach, along the cliffs." "No," said Mielikki. "I can go and scout out the cave entrance with Kayu's tail, if you want, to see how it's guarded." "Yes," said Ernie, "I think that may be best. So go now, Mielikki, and be safe."
The rest of us will stay on the beach and rest for now, and ponder what to do." So off she flew, as far as her little dragonfly wings could carry her.